We're back to Cougar Paws. I'm your host, Michael Dawes. We're discussing with Jane Howard and Brenda Kaiser the ongoing partnership that exists between Barton and CPI Qualified Plan Consultants Incorporated. Hey, Brenda, we talked about CPI being a major employer, and you really are. Over 400 employees and just in this area, or how many in this area, and then we'll talk about nationwide.
We've got approximately 450 employees in this area, and then across the United States, it's over 460. So we have outside sales consultants that go out and sell the services that CPI offers, and then that business is brought into CPI, and we do the record keeping here locally for all of the business all over the United States.
So our CPI is home office, and then these places that exist in the different regions of the United States are regional offices, right?
That's correct.
So we're talking a really wealth-building business that's right here in our local economy, which is obviously great for this area. So.
A lot of times when I go on the road, a lot of people say, well, how did you get started here in Great Bend, or why are you located in Great Bend? And we're proud to say that CPI is a company that was homegrown, that we started here, and our roots are here, and that's why we are here.
And as I recall, of course, maybe you can vouch, CPI didn't actually start out as a third-party pension administration company, and it morphed into that as there became more and more demand.
That's correct.
Which begs my next question, Jane. Obviously, things are changing constantly, and when we have this partnership with CPI, and it's gone on for so many years, how do we stay up to date and make sure that we're doing what needs to be done so that we are providing them a workforce of educated individuals?
And that is always something that's very difficult. CPI and I work very closely together to do this. Obviously, pension laws change every year with the legislature, and so there's always something to update. We also have the Education and Professional Development Division of ASPA, and we also work with them very closely. In fact, I talked about the certificate we were offering earlier, and I was contacted by CPI about 2 weeks ago. There is a new one that's coming out that we're working on, and that would also be an additional certification for tax-exempt and government plan consultants. This area became very popular probably 2 years ago. It's more in the area of state educational institutions, those types of things, and the types of retirement plans that they carry.
Okay. And Brenda, I notice, of course, you read and you guys do a good job of putting information out there about employee advancements and what have you. A lot of people can get in the door at the ground floor and work their way up, not only through experience but through classes, some of which I'm sure come from Barton. So there's great opportunity, I would think, if you've got the ambition to pursue. It's right here in our area, and great opportunity right in front of everybody regarding CPI.
That's correct. You can start your career at CPI in an entry-level position, and then there are additional advancements, especially in the plan administration area. We start as a plan administrator. You can advance to a senior plan administrator and a consulting senior plan administrator, and you can also advance to what we call a retirement plan specialist, who is an individual that handles first-time clients when they're coming in the door. They need a little bit of extra help with initiating the process, and so the retirement plan specialist is someone that can help them with that. And it's also an opportunity. You don't have to wait until someone else leaves a position, as you're able to advance individually by taking the ASPA classes and able to handle more complex issues with the plans that we offer. Then you can advance in your career.
Okay. And one thing I look at is a great opportunity, especially if you're committed to staying in this area. You may be young, you may be wanting to go back to school and getting retrained in an area. That 2-year program, it may not be the most popular, and I know that the certificate program does far better because of what you're allowed to do at this point to educate employees. But you guys work really well with those individuals that are pursuing the 2-year program because you have internships available. I know there are people that have gone through the program and actually have just kind of had a job in pocket as they've worked through the program, to where when they graduate they're they're fully employed and hitting the ground running.
Yes, definitely. Our employees have had the opportunity, even some of them that didn't have degrees, to continue their degree through in conjunction with Barton. And so we've had a number of individuals who were employees at Barton that didn't have that degree and have taken the time. They've had the ability to work at their own pace. Some individuals pursue it quickly. Some individuals will take a semester, class or two each semester. And it may take them a little bit longer, but they're still working towards and meeting their career goals. And I think that's what's important.
And I think too, it's really about hedging your career bets as you move forward. I mean, you've got this place if you want to stay in this area and move up, and you've got opportunities right in front of you. If you happen to move from this area, you can still, in some cases with your company, work remotely. And then once you have a pension administration degree, or you have any training in that regard, the field's wide open nationwide, basically, for those kinds of skills.
Yes, all of our certifications are recognized on a nationwide basis, so that helps individuals if for some reason they would have to leave the area. We want them to maintain their local employment here as much as possible, but we understand if certain circumstances do lead them that direction. And then they also have in certain circumstances, may have the ability to work remotely for CPI.
Okay, very good. We're going to take a break from Cougar Paws. We'll be back after these messages.